Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is me Hani, I commerce Pali student at Rehan School and an academy budget. So this is my 10th set of webinar. So hi Maya, how are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Welcome back for your 10th session.
Okay, so today's topic is wow. My first question is, what does the word wow usually express?
Usually, more is all about addition or intensity. It's that feeling of wanting a bit extra of something or noticing that one thing outweighs another. It's basically the word we use when we're not quite satisfied with the current amount.
Okay, so can wow have different meanings depending on the situation?
Absolutely. It can be a simple request for more cake, or it can be a deeper comparison, like saying one path is more rewarding than another.
Okay, so what kind of events make people say wow?
Um, I think it usually happens when someone feels a gap between what they have and what they want, whether it's a craving for more time, more knowledge, or even more excitement. It's that drive to expand or grow that triggers it.
Okay, so is wow used differently in a formal and informal conversations?
Definitely in a formal setting, like a business meeting or a legal document, more is usually precise and comparative, focusing on data or specific requirements. In a casual conversation with friends, it's much looser. It's more about a feeling or a vague desire for more of the same good time.
Okay, so how do tone and fashion expressions change the meaning of wow?
Tone is everything. If you say more with a smile, it's an invitation or a craving. But if you say it with a sigh or a sharp edge, it can sound like a demand or even a complaint. The words stay the same, but the energy behind them tells you if the person is excited or just exhausted.
Okay, so why do people naturally react with wow when they're surprised?
I think it's because wow is like a verbal exhale. It's a quick, instinctive release of energy when your brain is trying to process something that doesn't fit your expectations. It's almost like your mind is momentarily stunned, and wow is the only thing that can get out fast enough to match the feeling.
Okay, so what's the difference between saying wow and saying amazing?
I think wow is an immediate, raw reaction. It's that split second sound you make before you even had time to think. Amazing, on the other hand, is more of a judgment. It means you've processed what you're saying and decided it's impressive. One is a reflex, the other is a reflection.
Okay, so can one simple word like wow make a conversation more expressive?
It really does. It adds a layer of genuine emotion that you just can't get from a formal sentence. It turns a basic observation into a shared moment of excitement.
Okay, so what's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear the word wow?
I think the first thing that hits me is a sense of scale. Whether it's a massive mountain range or a tiny, perfect piece of art, that feeling of being overwhelmed by something in a good way is exactly what wow feels like.
Okay, so can a simple act of kindness make someone say wow?
It absolutely can. Sometimes the most unexpected kindness is the thing that catches you completely off guard and leaves you speechless. It's that wow of realizing someone actually cared enough to notice a small detail about your day.
Okay, so what invention do you think deserves a wow reaction?
The internet, for sure. I mean, the fact that we can access almost the entirety of human knowledge from a piece of glass in our pockets is still wild when you actually think about it. It's the ultimate wow because it completely changed how we exist as people.
Okay, what is most wow-worthy players you have ever seen?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by raw weighted players. Could you tell me a bit more about what that means to you?
Okay, just leave it.
Good night. Sleep well.
How can teachers create raw moments in the classroom?
I think it happens when they stop following the lesson plan for a second and just lean into a genuine human moment. Whether it's sharing a personal story that actually resonates with students or acknowledging a difficult emotion in the room, those unscripted moments are usually where the real learning happens.
Okay, is there a scientific discovery that made the world say wow?
Hmm. I think the discovery of general relativity really fits that. Einstein basically told the world that space and time aren't these fixed, rigid things, but are actually bending and warping around heavy objects. It completely rewrote the rules of how we understand the universe and definitely made people stop and go, wow.
Okay, how can creativity turn ordinary ideas into wow moments?
I think creativity acts like a prism. It takes a straight linear idea and splits it into a dozen different directions, turning a simple thought into something with a name, a personality, and a story. It's the difference between just seeing a line and seeing a horizon.
Okay, what is the biggest wow moment in space exploration?
I'd say the biggest wall is the sheer crushing distance. Even at the speed of light, it takes years to get anywhere meaningful. We're basically trying to cross an ocean with a tiny rowboat, which makes the scale of the universe feel almost impossibly vast.
Okay, what natural wonder makes you say wow?
The aurora borealis. Just the idea of the sky turning into these flowing neon curtains of light is enough to make anyone stop in their tracks. It feels less like weather and more like the planet is putting on a show.
Okay, so can art inspire people to say wow?
Absolutely. Art designed to provoke a reaction. Whether it's a painting that captures an emotion you couldn't put into words or a piece of music that gives you chills, it bypasses the logical part of your brain and goes straight to the gut. That's exactly where a wow comes from.
Okay, so can small moments create a big wow feeling?
They really do. It's usually the tiny, unexpected things, like a perfectly timed look or weird little coincidence that end up being the funniest. The bigger the buildup, the less likely it is to actually land. But those small, random moments are where the best laughs live.
Okay, what is the most impressive skill a person can have?
Empathy, without a doubt. The ability to truly step into someone else's shoes and make them feel understood is a superpower. It's one thing to be smart or talented, but being able to connect with another person on that level is what actually changes lives.
Okay, how does curiosity lead to wow moments?
I'm a little stuck on that one. Not sure what it refers to in this context. Could you explain what you mean?
Curiosity.
I'm still drawing a blank on
Okay,
GICT.
just leave it.
Is it no worries at all? Sometimes words just slip out, or we think of something that doesn't quite have a label. We can just move right past it.
Okay, what famous landmark which makes you say wow in person?
I'm a bit confused on that one. Are you asking about a movie set in Denmark that
Famous landmark.
leaves a huge impression? If you mean the country, Denmark is pretty famous for a few things. Most people think of Lego, since that started there, or their hygge culture, which is all about that cozy, warm feeling of contentment. Then there's the monarchy and those iconic, colorful buildings in Copenhagen. Are you thinking of something specific about Denmark?
Okay, I don't mean that word. It's fine. My next question is, can a simple idea change the world in a wow way?
I think they can. Some of the biggest shifts in history didn't come from complex blueprints, but from one person seeing something differently. It's usually those simple, obvious ideas that everyone else overlooked that end up knocking down the biggest walls.
Okay, can acts of courage create wow moments?
In that context, I think a wall represents the biggest obstacles we face, the things that feel impossible to get past. Courage is basically the act of deciding that whatever is on the other side of that wall is more important than the fear of trying to climb it.
What life lesson has made you stop and say wow?
I'm not quite following you on that one. What do you mean by the wildlife system having stops?
Good. My next question is,
I'm honestly,
why do people love discovering something new?
I think it's built into our DNA. There's this natural spark of curiosity that makes the unknown feel like a puzzle we're meant to solve. It's that rush of adrenaline when you finally find the answer or see something for the first time that just makes you feel more alive.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much for giving me your time. See you next time. Bye.
You're so welcome. It was a pleasure. See you next time. Bye.